Okay, we've talked a lot about science process skills, particularly with observation, and how observation should use more than just the sense of seeing, but also all the physical senses. What we want to focus on now is the fact that, along with observation, there's two other things you normally have kids do with science process skills. One is make inferences, the other is to make predictions. So this Discrepant event today is designed to help you understand the difference between observation, inference, and predictions, because we do it so well as adults that we sometimes forget that it's different and we have to teach it in segments to kids. So let's start with observation. Observation is the basic physical facts that you can verify based on your observation. So what are the facts here? What do you notice about this? What can you prove physically through your observation of this right now? Jennifer?
It looks like a crystal light container wrapped in brown construction paper with strings in it.
Okay, now you're already taking a jump to an inference, which is okay. You said this is a crystal light container. Does it say crystal light on it?
No.
Now, logically, it looks like one. So the logical conclusion is it must be. And it is. Okay, it's actually the generic version from Walmart or whatever. But the observable factor is we have a cylinder. The inference is, looks like a crystal light container. See the difference between the two? Okay, good. What else? And you said it was brown. You could identify the brown paper. Aaron?
There are knots in the string.
Okay, good. How many knots?
4.
Okay, 4 knots. Okay, observable fact. Now, because we know there are 4 knots, what inference could we make? Logical conclusion. There are 2 strings, right? Because we know that every string has to have 2 ends. Therefore, 4 knots should be 2 strings. But can you physically prove that it's 2 strings? Now, see the difference? Okay, so that's the difference between an inference and a observation. Now, we can go one step further and make a prediction. For example, I could say, what do you predict will happen when I pull on this knot?
The knot on the other side will come up.
Based on your inference, you're going to say, okay, well, if it's connected through here like it looks, then it should pull on this side, right? Okay, so when I pull on it, is your prediction correct? Okay, good. Now we're going to take this whole thing about inferences and predictions to a whole new level. Because, based on this, what should happen if I pull on this one then? Okay, will it move?
No.
Why won't it move? There's no excess string, right? It's tied too short. There's no way to pull it. Or is there? Because if I pull this one, watch what happens. So if this is one string here, then why was it doing this before? And if that's one string, then why will it do this? And also this. And let's not forget that it'll do this too. Okay, so my next prediction for you then is, based on your inferences, what you've just witnessed, what do you think the inside of this can looks like? And here's where you could have kids actually draw it, but we're not going to take the time to draw it because we have a lot to cover here. Aaron?
Are they looped around each other?
Okay, so your prediction is that there must be somehow looped together, okay, and connected. Okay, good. And that's exactly what it is. And I'll pass this around so that you can see it. On the board, you will see, okay, that I have a ring there. Okay, now you can use a key ring. Well, I don't like to use key rings because they still have the little edge where you put your keys on and sometimes catch and snag the rope. What I like to use is a little 3-ring binder clip, you know, that's kind of locks together. It's just a little ring, and you'll see that when I pass it around. So it is actually 2 ropes. It's one dipping down here, one dipping up here, and depending on where you pull on it, it pulls all the slack with the same rope at one time. Okay, so you can see very inexpensive to make, but yet very good at building process skills with your students.